Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Today we will do first year physics, chapter number 10, thermodynamics, exercise numerical, in which we are having 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are numericals included in the reduced syllabus for examination of 2021. I am putting star on it, which numericals are important. 5 is important for long and 8. These are the important. We should know that which formula we use in this chapter. So I will tell you the first formula is first law of thermodynamics, del Q is equal to del U plus del W. By rearranging it, we have to find change in internal energy. So by rearranging it like this, I am just telling you del Q is equal to del W minus del U. So this formula we will use. Then second formula is efficiency percentage. Efficiency percentage is equal to 1 minus T2 divided by T1 multiplied by 100, or we mostly use this one, but this can be also used Q2 divided by Q1 multiplied by 100. When we are given heat, we use this formula, this one, and when we are given with the temperature, we use this formula. Then third formula is N is equal to del W divided by Q1, which is useful output. In the starting of derivation of efficiency percentage, we use this formula to derive efficiency percentage, this formula divided by input. Okay, then the fourth formula is del Q is equal to NC del T. This is a molar specific heat formula. Fifth formula is LS. Change in entropy is equal to change in heat divided by temperature. Gamma is equal to Cp divided by Cv. Then seventh formula is del Q is equal to MLF. In this whole exercise numerical, we have to remember two values. Constant value which in exams we have to remember by heart. The examiner would not give us. LF value is 3.33 10 is to the power 5. 10 is to the power 5 joule per kg, and R value 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. So these two values you have to remember by heart. These are the formulas of chapter number 10, thermodynamics. Now moving towards the problems and their solutions. So let's see. Second numerical is this much amount of heat is given and we are given with the work done. We have to find the change in internal energy. This question is very simple and important one. Now moving towards the data and solution. We are given with the change in heat 25200 joule. We are given with the change in work done, which value is 6000 joule. And we have to find change in internal energy, means del U. So the formula is del Q is equal to, this is according to the first law of thermodynamics, del Q is equal to del U plus del W. We have to find this del U. So rearrange this equation. This will become del Q. This positive del Q would go there and be minus. Del W is equal to del U. Now putting the values, del U is equal to heat value is 25200 minus 6000, and we get the answer 119200 joule. Moving towards numerical number 3, and with the constant pressure and the amount of heat is, this is del Q, and we have to calculate the internal energy. We are only given with the heat which is at constant pressure, which means we are given with Q. Value of heat is QP is equal to 180, and the first part we have to calculate the change in internal energy and then change in work done. We are given with the value of gamma 1.41. So we are given with change in heat at constant pressure, which value is 180 joule, and we are given with the value of gamma, which is 1.41, and we have to find firstly the internal energy, change in internal energy. This is A part. Then we have to find change in work done. So we will use the formula gamma is equal to Cp divided by Cv. We know that del Qp is equal to Ncp del T. This is molar specific. This is the amount of heat at constant pressure, and N is the number of moles, and C is the constant, molar specific heat constant, and del T is change in temperature. This is equation number 1. Now from this equation we will take the value of Cp. Cp is equal to, this is dividing here, when it will go there it will be multiplied with gamma, so we get Cv gamma. Now put it in equation number 1. This equation, in the place of this we will put this value equal to 180. We are given with the value 180 is equal to N, and we are putting the value of Cp, this one. So Cv gamma into del T. Okay, this equation become this. Now taking the gamma common, we get gamma Ncv del T, and this whole is equal to change in internal energy. So 180 is equal to gamma into del U. Okay, now this gamma will divide by 180, so I am writing here 180 divided by gamma is equal to change in internal energy. This is a solution of A part. Now 180 divided by gamma is divided by 1.41, putting the value of gamma 1.41 is equal to del U. Now the value of del U is 127.65 joule. The value of del U 127.659 joule. By taking round off we get this value. We have find the value of internal energy now is equal to del U plus del W. We are having the value of heat as well from the data 180, and we get the value of internal energy. We have to find the work done. We can easily find it rearranging the equation. Del W is equal to del QP minus del U. So we get the value of del W minus 127.66. So we get the value of del W is, we get the value 52.34 joule. numerical is find the efficiency of Carnot heat engine working between steam and ice point. So it is very easy. The temperature of steam would be 100 degrees Celsius and temperature of ice would be 0 degrees Celsius. Now converting them into Kelvin by plussing 273, we get 273 Kelvin, and here we get 373 Kelvin. Now using the formula of efficiency, and we get the answer. I will show you the solution. Temperature of steam represented by T1 is equal to 100 degrees Celsius, and temperature of ice is equal to T2 is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, and we find the efficiency eta percentage. So converting them into Kelvin, because Kelvin is a base unit, we get 373 Kelvin. Now plus 273 Kelvin, we get 273 Kelvin. Now using the formula, efficiency percentage is equal to 1 minus T2 divided by T1 whole multiply by, it is percentage, so multiply by 100. 1 minus T2 is 273 Kelvin divided by 373 Kelvin, because T1 is 373 Kelvin, multiply by 100. Answer 26.8%. What's the problem number 5? Problem number 5. Carnot heat engine absorb heat. This heat is Q1, and we are given with the temperature of T1, and this is heat T2 which is rejected from the sink. Calculate the efficiency. First we have to calculate the efficiency, then we have to calculate the amount of work done, then we have to calculate the temperature T2. Three things we have to calculate: efficiency percentage, number 1, then we have to calculate T2, then we have to calculate the amount of work done. It is important for long point of view. Carnot heat engine topic is very important, and its numerical are also very important. Very carefully, Q1, which value is 2000 joule, and then we are given with the temperature T1 227 degrees Celsius, then we are given with the Q2 heat 1200 joule, efficiency percentage, and then in second part we have to calculate the T2 temperature, and then we have to calculate the change in work done. So first part we will use the formula of efficiency is equal to 1 minus Q2 divided by Q1, because we are given with the heats. So it will be 1 minus Q2 is 1200 divided by 2000, and we have to convert this into Kelvin by adding 273, so 500 Kelvin. Now by dividing it we get answer 1 minus we get 0.4. This is not the percentage, this is only the value of efficiency. Now by the efficiency percentage, so we will multiply by 100. 0.4 multiply by 100, so we get 40% efficient. Formula eta is equal to 1 minus T2 divided by T1, because we have all the values. We have find the eta, we are given with the T2, we have to find this T2, okay, in the second part. So we will shift this minus 1 value here, we will get an eta right here, we will exchange the places. So we will get T2 divided by T1 is equal to 1 minus efficiency or eta. So this T1 is dividing here, go there and be multiplied with 1 minus efficiency. So we get the value of T2 is equal to T1 into 1 minus efficiency. Now putting the values, T1 value is 500 into 1 minus 0.4. So we get 500 minus, by multiplying like this, so it will be equal to 300 Kelvin. Now changing it into degrees, because T1 value we are given with in degrees, so we have to change T2 value in degrees Celsius. So by 300 minus 273 we get 27 degrees Celsius. So this is the answer of T2. Now we have to find the change in work done, and we can find it by, now in the third part we have to find change in work done. We can find it by the formula eta is equal to change in work done divided by Q1, output divided by input at efficiency percentage. We are having all the values, we are having the value of eta as well, and Q1 is given in the quotient. Just we have to find this del Q by rearranging this equation. So we get del W is equal to efficiency multiplied by Q1. So we can easily find the value of work done. So value is 0.4 multiplied by Q1 value is 2000 joule. So we get the value of work done. So this is the answer towards the 7th problem of the exercise. The 7th problem is calculate the change in aneantropy, means change in S we have to calculate when we are given with the mass of water and temperature. This is T1 and this temperature is T2, and we are given with specific heat of water which is represented by C, and which value is 4180. I'll show the solution to you. We have to find change in aneantropy which is represented by S. We have to find it, and we are given with the mass which value is 10 kg. Then we are given with the temperature T1 which value is 90 degree Celsius, and T2 value is 100 degree Celsius, and we are given with the specific heat of water which value is 4180 joule per mole per Kelvin. Now we have to convert this degrees into Celsius by adding 273 and this 273, we get 373 Kelvin. Now adding this we get 363 Kelvin. The formula for del S is equal to change in heat divided by time. So we can find change in heat by MC del T. This formula came from del Q is directly proportional to N, and del Q is directly proportional to change in temperature. Now taking this both directly proportional is directly proportional to n del T. Now removing this constant of proportionality, we get del Q is equal to NC is a constant of proportionality, del T of specific heat of gas. Okay, this is constant. So from here we get this formula. We are using here m, the mass, because we are only given with the mass, and we can use the specific heat of water. And change in temperature we can find easily because we are given with the two temperature. Now it will be equal to T2 minus T1. T2 value is 373 minus 363. Then we will get the change in temperature value, which is 10 Kelvin. Now putting it in this equation, all the values in this equation we get, I am putting here, change in heat is equal to 10 multiplied by C value is 4180 into 10. We get the value 418,000 joule. So we find the value of heat. Now putting in this equation we get del S is equal to 41830 divided by, so we have to find this temperature. Temperature should be average or mean temperature. So it will be like this, T1 plus T2 divided by 2. 363 plus 373 divided by 2. Get the answer temperature is 368 Kelvin. Now putting this 368 Kelvin in this place, 68 Kelvin. Now we will find the value of del S, which is equal to 1135.86. The unit of change in entropy is, the unit of heat is joule in Kelvin, so its unit is joule per Kelvin. Problem number 8. Towards problem number 8, in which we are given with the heat, and this numerical is very simple. Divide this numerical in 3 parts. This is first part till here. In the first part we are given with the heat and work done. We have to find the internal energy, very easy, by using first law of thermodynamics. And in second part we are given with heat, this is Q, and we are given with the work done. We have to find the internal energy, same method of like the first. Then we are in the third part from here to the last. In this part we are given with a constant volume. Constant volume means del W is equal to P del V. Volume is constant, mean volume is 0, so this whole equation will be 0. So in work done is equal to 0, and the heat is removed, which will it will be with negative sign, minus 2110 joule heat, and the work is 0. We have to find the change in internal energy. So this solve this numerical. Solve it like this. A part, we are given with the heat, Q value is 1176 joule, and we are given with the work done, which value is 352.8 joule, and in the first part we have to find the internal energy. So for the first part, solution is del Q is equal to del U plus del W. Now rearranging this, have to find del U, we have to rearrange this equation. So del U is equal to del Q minus del W. Now putting the values is 1176 minus 352.8. joule. This is the answer for A part. Now moving towards the B part. And heat value is 1050 joule. Then we are given with the work done, which value is 84 joule. And in the B part we have to find change in internal energy. Same method will be applied. Del. Now I am directly putting the values. Del U is equal to 180 minus del W. 1050 minus 84. We get the answer. 966 joule. Heat, which is minus 10 joule, and we are given with the work done. Constant volume is, at constant volume, P del U del V. P del V, volume is constant, means this work done is constant, means 0. Then we have to find change in internal energy. So for the C part we are given with del U is equal to minus 210 minus 0, 10 joule. So this is the answer for C part. Moving towards problem number 9. An ideal gas at temperature, this is T1, and pressure P1 or Pi, we can write initial 1, or, and the volume we are given V1 or Vi, we are given 1 liter. We have to determine the number of moles, and in this question we are given an statement to twice of its original volume, means T2 would be twice of original 1, twice. Original is 1, so 2 multiplied by 1 is 2 liter. Then we are given that while the pressure falls to atmospheric pressure, we have to find final temperature, and Pf or final pressure or P2 is equal to atmospheric pressure, which value is 1.01 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And with the temperature Ti is 20 degrees Celsius. Then we are given with the pressure Pi is equal to 1.50 10 to the power plus 5 Pascal. Volume initial 1.00 liter or 1 liter. Then we have to find the F is equal to atmospheric pressure, which value is 1.01 10 to the power 5 Pascal, and V F is equal to twice of the original one, means 2 liter. Okay, PV is equal to nRT, general gas equation. So we will put I in the subscript. These are the constant, and the value of R is 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. We will rearrange it for the value of N, because in the A part we have to find N number of moles, and in the B part we have to find the temperature. So if we are solving it for the A part, we have to find this number of moles. I would divide by this. So N is equal to Pi Vi divided by RTI. We have to change this temperature into Kelvin, 293 Kelvin. Okay, so pressure Pi is 1.50 10 to the power 5 multiply by Vi is 1 divided by R is 8.31 into T is 293. Now multiplying it, the answer 6.16 10 to the power minus by, we know that PiVi is equal to nRTi. This is equation number 1, and PFVF is equal to nRTF. This is equation number 2. Now dividing equation number 2 by 1, we get these two are cancelled. We get PFVF divided by PiVi is equal to TF divided by Ti. Now we have to find TF. So this Ti would multiply with this factor. So we get TF is equal to PF VF divided by PI VI multiplied by TI. The values in this equation, TF is equal to PF value 1 10 raised to power 5, the atmospheric pressure value, and VF is the twice of original one, which value is 2 liter, divided by PI which value is 1.50 10 raised to the power 5, and VI is 1 multiplied by Ti value is 293 Kelvin. So TF is equal to 394.5, which is equal to 395 Kelvin. So this is the answer. The ice temperature is given, and then the temperature of steam is given. To find the anisotropy in the first part, then anisotropy of ice and anisotropy of steam, then increase in the universe. We are given with the mass, which value is 25 gram, convert into kg by dividing by 1000, 0.025 kg. Then we are given with the temperature of ice, which value is 273 Kelvin, and the temperature of steam, which value is 373 Kelvin. Remember the value of LF, which is 3.33 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kg. The change in anisotropy of ice, then change in anisotropy of steam, then in the C part, increase in anisotropy of universe. You can change in anisotropy of ice is equal to heat of ice divided by temperature of ice. We are having temperature, but we have to find ice, heat of ice, which formula we will use. M is equal to LF. So M value is 0.025 and LF is 3.33 10 raised to power 5. We get the value 8250 joule. So del S for ice is equal to 8250 divided by temperature is 273 Kelvin. Now we get the answer 30.5 joule. Steam, change in anisotropy of steam is equal to minus, we have to remember this, we will put minus sign. Heat of ice, we will use the heat of ice divided by temperature of steam. So heat of ice is 8250 divided by the temperature of steam is 373 Kelvin, and we get the answer 22.3 joule per Kelvin. joule per Kelvin we will put here because the increase in entropy, change in entropy by adding this both, change in entropy of ice plus change in entropy of steam. So by adding both we get the value 30.5 plus bracket minus 22.3, we get the answer. So this was the exercise problem of chapter number 10 thermodynamics. I hope you all like it. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.